Leti-ke Tandla Nenkondlo lokuhlelo lwami nawe nabo lolu hlelelwe kwekuthi luhlele timphilo talabo lase batfumbeletele batfumbeka bate bakhathala. Angibingelele mbukeli wehlelo lakho Tandla Nenkondlo luhamba embili eveni lolutsandzako futhi. Mbukeli ke namhlanje sesiteki uyati ukuthi mina nawe it cannot be life, man. Good day, Sonkondlo. Lale ngikhona ke mbukeli sina Sonkondlo wethu is with the poetess. Lohlala estegi kalanga. SCCU. Lothi, you know what, girl? I'm a poet. You know what? I want the world to see ukuthi mina ngingisonkondlo. Okay. Uthi tena kasichazela wathi I am the angry black woman. Tivele ke mbukeli ukuthi usho ngani ukuthi angry black woman because nami wow, anko right.
Ngiliswati Phaca. My identity is urged within these very grounds that our forefathers were birthed from. I am Siviwe, and this is Hopeless Romantic. I'm not a hopeless romantic because it is hopeless, the type that only exists in the movies that think to myself, why are they hurting themselves? Forever isn't real, don't fool yourselves, it makes no sense. To hold on to a fantasy and lose your sanity to a dream that can never become a reality, that's not your identity. But I also like flowers, and I get lonely sometimes too. And the thoughts of the kind of man I long for flood into my mind. See, I thought I wanted a man who would buy me flowers. But you exceeded my expectations. You planted the seed of love in my heart. You watered it and nurtured it until it bloomed. You fight for me in the most subtle ways. You even fought with your own hearts because I know you don't just fall in love. That's not how you're sculpted, but somehow you fell for me. Inadvertently, I never knew that someone could be so gentle with my soul. And now I want to love you until the sun burns out, until the moon no longer shines and the stars don't twinkle. And every day I spend with you reminds me of my favorite book because no matter how many times I read it, it never gets monotonous. You're my favorite page in that book. And I want to read you over and over again until you wear out and tear. But I'm still not a hopeless romantic because I finally find the kind of love I've always seen in the movies, the kind of love I never knew I wanted, the patient and kind type of love, the one that doesn't boast, the one that forgets all wrong and always reminds me that we're on the same team and it's not about 50-50, but it's about giving each other 100, your whole heart, and that's that. But unfortunately, I'm still not a hopeless romantic because I finally found you and you filled all the hopelessness in my heart with your love. And you taught me that love can be patient, kind, calm, sane. You even got me feeling all poetic, rhymes flooding in my mind like they always live there, similar to the love I have for you in my heart. Saying I love you is not enough for me to describe what I feel for you. I don't even think I can actually convert what I feel for you into prose. It's not describable. I don't even fully fathom it myself.
Ligama lami nginguSiviwe Inkosi Nsibande, ngihlala esiteki esigodini sakalanga, ubitwa ngithiwa kuSCCU.
Okay.
Yes.
Ekubeni ke selihlelweni Tandla Nenkondlo kusho kona ukuthi ungisonkondlo. Nawungasicocela nje kancane ngekuthi kuba ngisonkondlo ufike njani ucaleni futhi?
Kuba ngisonkondlo ngiqale I think in the past 2 years ngiqale ngifunda high school. Ngisemncane primary benginda nje beach lapha nalapha esikolweni. Kepha ke ngathola ukuthi kahle mina ngithanda kwenda inkondlo. So ngaqala kuyenda ke inkondlo mangise high school bo form 2 form 3.
Okay.
Yes.
I do believe ukuthi bekunabo thishela na ucala inkondlo takho. Why ngibo wabatshengisa ukuthi yathi mina nginana nawo ngicabanga ukuthi inkondlo waba recitela wacala watshela mama ekhaya.
Ngaqala esikolweni kuthiwa kune English public speaking club. Kulapho ke kule club bekunebamfu labenta inkondlo nebamfu labenta ipichi. Bekukuningi nje ne-debates. So mina ngaqala ngajoyina ngathi ngabe sengeke ngibuye ekhaya ngilotshela manje esikoleni ngithole ukuthi kune-public speaking club. So ngigcineke mina ngijoyinile. Kepha ke benganazo siciniseko ukuthi kahle mina ngifuna kwenda inkondlo ngoma-debate.
Yebo.
Kepha ke ngikhamba kwesikhathi ngase ngiyabona ukuthi cha ngithanda kwenda inkondlo kakhulu.
Make ekhaya akabi yini worried ukuthi ziviwe sokucale kuba busy ngaletinye itimvo atifumvo setitawusalela emuva.
Aw cha-ke akazange sekabe worried. Etimvo letiningi she's always been supportive. Ngoma bekade ukuthi ngiyakhona ukubalansisa tinkondlo nemfundo akuzange sekube yinkinga.
Ngikhanyisile ngwaKaDlamini ngimake wasiviwe inkosi. Sive umfana lo hloniphako. Lo timiselako when it comes to school work kakhulu, and she's very dedicated. She puts her all effort in whatever she does. Ngiyathi ngepoetry yakhe kakhulu sengize ngiyifan nami. Uyatimisela kakhulu because uyakuthanda, so nami ngiyazama kumsupport ngayo yonke indlela lengakhona ngayo.
So this next poem is entitled Like Stone. We unraveled from the ground like stone, and because of hardships we hardened. We escaped from captivity, and instead of living in the past, we faced the present and persevered for the future. Tied up by the bondages of slavery, the scars on our wrists are crystal clear proof of the injustice confronted by our mothers. Ripped off our rights to freedom, we stood unshaken like gigantic rocks on a slopey mountain. Despite all their attempts to wipe out our entire species, we multiplied, filling the entire earth with our diverse culture and beauty. Listen, I'm talking about the greatest of all time survivors, our sisters and brothers thriving like they always had equal opportunities like the rest of the nations. We are the Black nation, and we shall stand on the very same ground that we were birthed from, unscathed.
Qaleni ngicala ngikuthatha umbhalo walomunye umuntu, kepha-ke kwase ngakuhamba kwesikhathi ngacala ngadibhalela. Nyalo nje sengiyadibhalela angisawuthatha umbhalo walomunye umuntu.
Okay.
Yes.
Now ubhala ngaluphi ilwimi? But siswati in English or?
Ngibhala mostly ngesingisi,
Okay.
kepha-ke ndeka ngithi fafa emagama esiswati lapha nalapha.
Okay.
Yebo.
Okay, ngibanike i-role model yakho poetry.
I-role model yami ngibonisile Nxumalo, known as the Black Notes. Lo umkhulu nje ka-poetry la kaNgwane kade wacala ngimake lo mdzala. Yeah, I look up to her.
Okay, so yini wambona noma wambhalela wakuphendvula?
Yebo ngilambona.
Nice.
The Saturday nje bekunelenye competition ye-poetry, and she was one of the people that were sponsoring it. So yeah, bengimbonile nje ngemehlo ami.
Okay. Ngiyakuva sokhuluma ngema-events. Okay. Since sokhuluma ngema-events, are you getting the support ekhaya? Noma uyayuphume ngoba you guys bese kuthiwa hayi siye library. Wena njani uyasho kuma ukuthi uyakuphi noma?
Yo, if anything, my mom is very supportive. I get all the support. Mangi anje somewhere uhamba nami.
Nice.
Ngalo Saturday nje bengihambe naye kaManzini. So yeah, she's very supportive.
Okay.
Yes.
Kukhulumela ke kucelela abangani befu labanye emakhaya lababo Sonkondlo noma labafisile kuba boSonkondlo. Nawo ngiSonkondlo ke kuyendeka uhambe bathi kune event uhambe uperforma ngabo 10 ebusuku. Ungabacelela uthini kubatali? Hayi ngoba shame abafuni.
Abafuni ngingasho ukuthi batali baba support bamfa babo mangabe kune events noma kune mbuto labangawucondzisisi kahle about certain events labayakiwo, abathole inombolo talabantu laba bahostako beve ngabo baba nikete isiqiniseko ukuthi no bamfa babo baphephile futhi bayakhona kuma events.
Ngabagcugcutela abatali ukuthi ababathembe bamfana, babanikete i-support. Nangabe bangathembi bangakhona kufuna inombolo lapho baya khona ukutholisisa ukuthi baya khona bamba yini. Lesinye isikhathi futhi kuba mnanzi lokuthi ngumntali umphetele lo mfana umsupport.
My future plans. Okay, ekugcineni kwako konke ngifuna kubhala tincwadi. Ngibhale tincwadi lapho khona kutoba ne-poetry yami khona. Also, I would like to perform around the world. You know?
Nice.
Yes, I would like to perform my poetry around the world because I'm also a performer. So I live off performance. So I also need that aspect in my life as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So ubathembisane ke babukeli nebalandeli bakho. Okay, I'm one of your followers. So
Oh.
usithembisani ke because asikagathi ukuthi bese siviwe simgcina la kaTandla Nenkondlo. Sifisile kubona manje isiviwe asilethela something. Usithembisani nje sithi kulomnyaka.
Kulomnyaka ngifise ukuthi kube khona maningi ma-events lengiyakiwo njengoba sengicalile. I've been to 2 or 3 events this year, so I want to ukuthi ngiye kuma-events lamaningi, expand my poetry, get people to know me and what I write, fall in love with my art. So yeah, ngimthembisa ukuthi nje ngidawuchubeka ngibhale, and hopefully you guys will also support me. So this is a poem I wrote for women, since it was Women's Month. It is entitled, Who is She? Who is she? Let me ask again. Who is she? She is the reason behind every man's success. She is the canvas that God used to craft you a sculpted masterpiece. She is a woman. Nothing about her is ordinary, extraordinary, grand, ingayizivele. She wears her scars as a best attire and adorns herself with the pearls of her wounds, her body covered in black pearls of fire, her head held up higher. Woman, you are underrated. You should be appreciated, celebrated on a daily. It's that time of month again, but you can never tell. There's a raging war inside of her womb. Strength. Is that what she beholds? Or perhaps your zeal inside can't really tell, because when it comes to a woman, there's not much you can fathom. I know we have women like Isabel de Oliveira who demanded justice and sought for freedom, Rosa Parks who fought against racism, but I think every woman is a fighter. You fight every month and yet again for 9 months. As if that is not enough, you bring up your children, maintain a household single-handedly. The struggle is indeed real for you. So breathe. Who is she? She is inadvertently the reason that our world is a better place. Woman, you are a phenomenon. Despite all their attempts to suppress and oppress you, you shine brighter, you climbed higher, and you screamed louder. I am a woman. Feel the power.
Lengakusho ukuthi lesinye isikhathi akubi lula, like nangabe sometimes uya competition angakhona ukuwina, lesinye isikhathi she doesn't handle that well, but lengamkhuthaza ukuthi endleleni usahamba vele kuba khona letimvo letikwenta uhluva ngazo ukuthi aya ngifuna ukuquit, but ngifisa ukuthi aqhubeke, yes aqhubeka nekubangiswa umkhondlo wakhe because kunguye uyakuthanda futhi.
Well, engakusho ukuthi nami kwami I faced a lot of negative comments esikoleni, especially with bamfa besikole not understanding ukuthi ngithini okwendakalani ngibhizingani bebasho kanjalo. Kepha at the same time, as much as that people laba ngeke baze bakufokotele, there are also people labadokufokotela. So focus more on the people labakufokotela rather than focusing or ukuneta energy yakho bamfu labangakujabuleli, because vele empilweni kukanjalo not everyone will like you, but at the end of the day what's important is to be yourself.
Okay, isiviwe. So nasikufuna sikutfola njani, sikutfola kuphi, siyakudinga emicimbini yethu. We need you to perform, girl.
Well, I have just started a Facebook page where I go by the name of The Angry Black Child. Also, I'm also available on Instagram. Also, it's the _angry_black_woman. Yeah, I think those are the platforms where people can reach me.
Yo, lengakuveta nje ukuthi yo kuyashisa lana. Siviwe wende lenye info yathi ngakhumbula manje ukuthi you know what? Once upon a time there was a girl called Fortunate and she was a poet. Ngiyathi ukuthi sogathela okuningi. Asambe sethi idolo ungayizawo. Mbukela Tandla Nenkondlo, solubukele lona lihlelo lakho lolihamba embili eSwatini TV Tandla Nenkondlo. Mbukele ke uyathi ukuthi ngaba sendi kahle ngesingakuvetela labo sonkondlo kuphela la ehlelweni. Kepha uyathinga kubona nanalo into umsebenzi eTandla. Lo mbona ukuthi hayi man yathi philisa uyazama man. Ubona lokuthi wenda njani yini futhi lemgcugcutela each and every day ukuthi ende umsebenzi wakhe weTandla. Mbukele ke solo siyahamba siyawatfola eMaswati la lesikhona khona namuhla sikuboyane lapho sithole khona Benele Dlamini lo wenda umsebenzi wakhe Tandla uyadraw wakhe udraw ngepencil. Umbuto wami ube yi-1 nangibuka leti titfombe ngathi hayi man. Benele usebenzisa ipencil mbamba usebenzisa tandla takho mbamba noma ukhaya lokho phakho bese uyaprint bese sothi hayi man, that is my work. Kepha-ke sidawuva ngayo mbukeli ukuthi benele uwenda njani umsebenzi wakhe, ucucutelwa yini futhi lemenda ukuthi afise ukuchubeka nomsebenzi wakhe wetandla. Benele ngingaze ngingababukeli kakhulu bathi ngakuva story from your side.
Salibona ngibabukela ekhaya ligama ngibenele Dlamini njengoba bangichazile. Notandla, okay, most of my work wenziwa nge-charcoal. Although sometimes ngisebenzisa kanti ngisebenzisa i-painting, but most of the time kuba i-charcoal.
Okay. Uqale nini ke kwenda umsebenzi wakho wetandla?
I've been doing umsebenzi wetandla ever since esikoleni, but I remember ukuthi ngaqala like iba serious after ngicede isikole in 2015. But vele the first few years nasaceda or I will be sure ukuthi ufuna kwenda lo msebenzi lona yabo. Because the biggest challenge, as you know, it's i-art in Swaziland, it's not as big. And kude abantu abangako lo khona kubuka kimi ukuthi uyati ukuthi ungabuka kubani and then follow your route yakhe yabo. So the first few years nangiceda bekunale nangileyo ukuthi ngiya in the art noma yabo until I think 2019.
Okay.
Ngase ngicala kuba serious, ngicala improve, ngicala kuba ne social media presence, and then from lapho ke solo ngisaza.
Okay, now uceda ke isikole what decide ukuthi kube khona into okufundisako lo msebenzi noma what you know what this is my God given talent ngawukhona ukuthi ngichubekele mina.
Mina I'm self-taught. Kude
Okay.
ngafundisa, like I say ukuthi nangiceda mina bekude leyo ngaya kuye for help yabo. So ngavele ngatendela yabo nahlukana nedata ucheck ka YouTube, but le minyaka leyo nje ngayi data belidulile yabo compared to now, so I had to do it ngedwana ngipractice until ngikhona kufika la sengikhona khona.
Okay, nakuke so yaqala yathimisela ngomsebenzi wakho abayakusekela yini ekhaya ngibani lomlayelako lo msebenzi noma uyadivalela nje thiwe hawu benele vele wahlala sendlini akaphumeli ngephandle?
Bawubona, but njengoba ngisho ukuthi it's not something ledayelekile yabo. So noma umntala afuna ukusekela akathi usakusekela kanjani, because akusinto ledayelekile yabo. Like now to ufuna kwakunesi, you have to go to school after school yabo, uyati ukuthi like khona laba kuphayivile lokho before. But then ku-art kude lo ngakanani langakusekela ngayo. I think loku big abangisekele ngawo ukuthi bangiyekele ngendlela engifuna khona. Ngikole ngo-appreciate more than anything.
Okay, lokuthi nje u-free.
Nokuthi ngi-free ukuthi ngikhone kwenda lo msebenzi yabo.
Okay.
Because ngizwa ama-stories ukuthi labanye abadala abantu babalela ukuthi bayende cause abati ukuthi like le route kuba like uyasuka la and then from la uye la and then so yeah.
Ngingumakegeli Dlamini Ladube, ngihlala kuBoyani emphakathini umphakathi wakaZombothe. Benele ngumntwana lotiphethe kahle kakhulu, ungumntwana lophasi lohloniphako. Kepha nje nawubuka leminyaka yakhe ubuka abantwana balamhla ngasuku ucabanga nje ukuthi ngumntwana mhlambe lonako lokuthi sowulingisa lenshaya namhla. Utiphethe kahle kakhulu umsakati Benele. Kulo msebenzi la wendako Benele wetandla kude lokungakanani financial sikhona kumsita ngako Banele, lesikhona nje kumbambisa kuko kumthandazela ngoba wonke umsebenzi uzuphumelele naye umntwana aphumelele. Uyaphumelela sikholelwe emthandazweni ngiloko lesikhona kumbambisa ngako umsakati. Ngetimali ke asikhoni kanini nale material yakhe uhlale asho ukuthi iyadula. Kepha ke ngaloko ukuthi sibafisha ngalatimali singabe sisafinyelela lokumbambisa ngalapho etimalini umsakati.
Materially nawucala wenda njani watithengela wende kanjani noma waqala njengami nje ukuthi udraw exercise leli linemigca
Uqala exercise lenemigca. Qala uthola amaphepha ama-type even though it's the wrong material. And then from lapho ke kancane because nasaqala ugcina uthola nebantu bathi nginganida $50 for this, $50 for that. And then okay, ube nemali ubhale ukhona ukuthenga.
Okay. Sisakhuluma nje ngekuthi bese sebachweba ukuthi awungendele nganingi imali engaka. I-support ihamba kanjani kubamvu laba ubona kumsebenzi wakho?
Tricky. But my support iqhamuka because of social media. On social media I'm able to post and ngisebenza reach audience yabo South Africa yabo even outside of Swaziland, and then from there ngiyakhona ukuthi ngithole ama-clients, but vele nabo lokho it takes time.
Okay. Ma-drawings akho ngiyawabona black and white. Then you choose a black and white because I don't see something colorful.
From time to time ngiyasebenzisa icolor, but the story behind the black and white ukuthi you notice ukuthi tonke tinkinga temhlaba tiqhamuka ngesikhumba sebantu ukuthi siya almost yonke inkinga lekhona, like boma racial problems konke kuqhamuka ngokuthi isikhumba semuntu sinjani uqhamuka from yiphi country, yiphi nation. So my story mina kumsebenzi wami I'm exploring realism. So in my world I'm picturing a world without skin color, so that's why nomsebenzi wonke ukhanza ukuthi black and white. And even if I do use color, I don't use ukuthi ngisebenzise color like lona brown lona unjani yabo yena. I choose ama colors la ngekho la ngasisikhumba semuntu, but most of the time kuba ukuthi ngispecialize on charcoal, kube black and white.
Okay, in terms of size ke ngoba ngiyabona ubekele tinkhulu lokungende mina ngacabanga ukuthi hayi shothi naka drawer ufuna kusebenzisa lamaphepha lamakhulu hayi bo A4.
Yeah, nangidrawer I choose amaphepha lamakhulu because amaphepha lamakhulu akuniketa freedom, challenge, which is what we need as artists. But most importantly, I feel like akuniketa freedom more than anything. Phepha lencane likuvalele spacing lesincane, you can only do so much spacing lesincane yabona. When it comes to phepha lelikhulu, you are free to do as you please, explore ufike la ufuna kufika khona, and ma details awo maningi kakhulu ephepheni elikhulu compared to iphepha lencane.
Kungaba nje kumcelela esiveni seMaswati ngosami lo ngaba nako ukuthi angawubona lo msebenzi wabenele awuthanze amane amsupport, ngoba uma angayitholi kahle le support angimuntu lomusha angagcina sekenda tinto lesediphambene nempilo letamchubekisela embili solo azama le mali, ngoba lo msebenzi wakhe uyawuthanza kakhulu umsakati. Ngiyacela esiveni saNkulunkulu seNkosi Mswati wesithathu mane bamsupport lo mntwana, kumsupporta kwabo kutabe kuphakamisa nemnotho wakangwane, ngoba le business yakhe lena la yendako i-registered, kukhona umthelo la ufaka kweveni la kangwane. Kungaba ngiloko nje msakati ukuthi ngimcelele, futhi angisabi nekumcelela ngoba ungumfana lo nesimilo, so loyo longafisa kumsita ngiyati ukuthi angeke atisole, ngoba umfana lo nesimilo uyofisa kumbambisa enifeni la yendako. Kungaba nje ukuthi banele akachubeke akholelwe uNkulunkulu, ngoba kuko konke la kwendako uma ngabe uNkulunkulu ambeke ngemuva lo kulamphe kona leli talent angeke selichubeke kahle. Kungaba kuphinze kumkhuthata ukuthi akachubeka atiphathe kahle njengoba bekatiphatha kahle, achubeka ahloniphe amade omuntu, lokho kutamendela utampha emalanga lamadze kuphila phinze nalomsebenzi wakhe ube imphumelelo umsakati.
Usithembisani ngesiseda
The other ukuthi mina ngida i-art, and Le ngapromise wona ukuthi na ungicommissionile or uthenge artwork for mina, it's not just about the skill lengisinvestayo yabona, it's a lot. Investa Tandla and all that. And owning artwork yami, you can feel the warmth nice Romania is a color because there's a lot that goes behind.
Okay. Sisa appreciate-ke your art, zikutfola kuphi, zikutfola kanjani?
Social media, Instagram, Facebook, it's Benele Jerry Dlamini Art. And also on YouTube and TikTok, it's Benele Jerry Dlamini Art.
Mbukele kunana into nayile yayisicabanise mina nawe bese seyisusa nesmile sami yabo bese nama ngisabe right nawe ube right isikhathi yathi usathi usafunza uthi uselalela uthi usalenza nalela exercise la kubhala uthi okay stanza 1 unasonkondlo la lo ngimi la siphele isikhathi uthi usathi usafuna kufunza ulanza buhlali bakho lapha uhlanganisa uthi 1 2 3 yo phinze kubethe mbukele ungabashimani boziviwe the poetess uthi nje nawe emcimbini wakho noma nawe uva ukuthi kunemicimbi ubabide mani baqale mfana batekwendela yona bese useyawuthenga phela emsebenzi wabeneleke ukuthi libonza lakho likubakela depression yaliboma silele plane la leselizicane cacabuka. Anyways mbukele sitawubonana evini elitawo ngaso isikhathi sifana go. Goodbye and God bless.